Hi, this is Tony Sturts with Smart and Special Teaching. I'm making this video to show how you can use the TPT digital resource with your Mega Intervention Bundle. So you go to the page that has that bundle on it, and then you have all of the resources that are contained in this bundle are individually here, okay? So all you need to do is find the resource that it is that you want to use. So for example, if I wanted to use this floss rule resource, I would click on it, and then I would click on the red button that's underneath it. Mine says use inspired. Yours will say something like use as a digital resource or something like that. When you click on it, it will open up in a digital format, and you want to figure out which pages you want to use with your student. So you're going to go over here and you're going to click Edit Pages. Once you click Edit Pages, then you're going to decide which pages you want to share with your student. So what I do is I click Select All. After I click Select All, I decide which pages I want to keep. So for example, if I was starting this unit and I wanted to share the floss rule poster and maybe the first story, and I wanted to use the one with the dyslexia font, and then I might want to do the close passage and perhaps the comprehension question. And we might not do all of that in one day. We could also maybe do the, if you wanted to do an assessment, you could use the fluency page. But those are the only pages I want. I don't want to give all these pages to my student because that would be overwhelming. So I'm going to remove the rest. Okay. So now I only have those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. And you don't have to do 5. You can do 1 or you can do 20 or whatever you want to do. Okay. If for some reason you didn't get all the pages you want, then you can add this plus button and the pages will come back up. So then what we do is we want to save it, save those changes. So once you have those changes there on your desktop, this is where if you're working online with a student, like I do, you could work directly from this page. But perhaps you don't want to do that. Perhaps you want to just add this to your Google Classroom as an assignment, and you can do that. So your student can type directly onto this sheet, okay? And the way they would do that is they would use the text here, and they could just, you can make it bigger if you wanted to. So if you wanted to go down and you wanted to have the student read all of the words in the word box, you could do that. And then go back up. I said, Jill and Bill wish to something the ball. Well, I think it's toss. So it would be TOSS. Okay, so toss the ball. Now be aware that anything you do on this page will show up on the student's copy once you assign it into Google Classroom. So if you don't want to have any words there, I mean, perhaps you do because you want to give an example. But if you don't want to, then don't write on this page. Okay, anything that you write on this page will show up on your student's copy. So if I wanted to give some extra directions for my student, I could do that. So I could write up here, Bill and the blanks with the text. Okay, So you could do that. If you wanted to, you could also mark this before you send it to your student. So for example, if you wanted to, and your student was struggling with short vowels, and you use a marking system like I do, you could put some briefs on the short vowels. You could underline the digraphs. You could change the colors. So if I wanted to put a box around my sight word or my learned word, I could do that. You can do whatever notations you want to do, and their shapes. So I don't think this one has any suffixes, but sometimes I'll box suffixes or put circles around them. Okay. These can also highlight things. Okay. But this texting tool is really useful for the students because they can type right on there and it will show up on your copy when you're doing your grading. So I'm gonna get rid of that box. Okay. So remember, whatever you have on this copy will show up on your student's copy. So whatever you want to do, if you don't want to do anything, that's fine. If you want to use it just as it is, you can use it as it is, or you can do things that will help your student, or you can use it during your teaching. So once you've done whatever you want to do with this, then you can preview it. And this is what your student will see. Okay. And so your student will be able to click from one page to another, and that's what your student will see. So you can see it on the preview. Okay. And then if you want to assign it, and you can also make it bigger or smaller using this plus minus tool over here. Okay, once you want to assign it, you just click assign, and then you create an access link, and then you click share link in classroom. And when you do that, you can, if you're using Google Classroom, you can choose the class that you want to assign it to. And you're going to click create assignment. And then it will give you a place to put in the title if you want to, any instructions that you want to, and then your students, however many students you are in that class, will get a copy, their own copy of this activity that you've made digital. It should only take you a couple minutes, depending on what you want to do, but it shouldn't take very long. And now it's ready for your students, and they can complete it as they would in any other Google Classroom assignment, and turn it back into you, and you can mark it up and send it back to them, just like you would in any other Google Classroom activity. Personally, I don't use Google Classroom as much. I just use it directly in front because I work one-on-one with students. But it's a very powerful tool. You have to train your kids a little bit on how to use it, but if they're used to any kind of digital resource, it's very, very intuitive. It's really easy to use. And I hope that you find it really helpful for your students. Thanks.